Jean-Patrick Smal, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, hello.
It's a pleasure to be here for us. It's the first time that we are going here to Culinaria as our blogger team from Europe. So it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting us and enabling us to cover this event from a web blog perspective.
It's a pleasure, really.
Thanks. And we want to meet you because we want to understand a little bit what's behind the story of Culinaria, when it starts from, what was the approach, the intention you had by building such big events for Brussels or Belgium. It's the biggest event in Belgium, I guess, from the food area. So what's behind the story of this the event? What are the objectives, the goals, and what you're looking for as objective? Yeah.
Thank you. So the first idea came here from the UK. We were with a friend of mine in the UK in 2006, and we saw a fantastic event, a festival, which name was Taste Off. And it was a little, let's say, the same way we are going to do it here. We decided to do it here. So we saw a big festival where people were brought together in order to meet the biggest and the best chefs in England. And on that time, we told maybe here in Belgium, which is naturally a very gastronomical country, we had to do something like that. So we started in 2007, so 3 years ago, discussing with people around the city, people from the country, trying to find sponsors and feel if the market was ready to organize such a big event. Then we started in 2008, and I would say that the world crisis, the financial crisis, helped us because on that time we already outsigned all of our sponsors, and all these big restaurants, these famous restaurants, were having some financial problems too, because customers were not coming as they came before.
Yeah.
And so they decided to follow us in this first edition of Culinaria, which was held in May 2009, last year, in a park in Brussels, central located. Unfortunately, we had a lot of rain, poor rain, typically Belgian rain during these 4 first days. But meanwhile, everybody told us that it was a fantastic concept, and we had 40,000 people. 14 for the first edition was already okay in Brussels. And so this year we decided to take an option into a taxi where we have more than 80,000 square meters who are completely inside in an old railway building from the early century, and but also with a large terrace of 2,000 square meters because our concept is to organize the biggest garden party with the best food in the world. That's the concept. So actually we have 16 Michelin star restaurants being part of this event, but it's not all. We thought that to find financing, but also to find some great actions for the participants, it was important to have some fantastic workshops. And that's why we organize workshops with the most famous brands of the food industry. So we have an Nespresso Ultimate Experience coffee workshop. We have a Calaboch Belgian chocolate workshop, but we have also, because in Belgium we are very proud of beer, we are world leaders in beer. So we have, of course, Leffe workshop. So throughout this event you have more than 12 workshops. We have also a workshop for children, which is the kitchen square, where children can learn some simple receipts about making a toast of ham and something like that. So the idea is to get the best food for all the people who actually since a lot of time said yes, all this food is very expensive, and they have some difficulties going inside these restaurants. And because of the crisis, the chefs decided to follow us, and actually they're very happy because they're creating new customers and they're making a new way of making business, and also they change their menus, they change the price. Everybody has to adapt itself to the new market, and that was all the genesis of
a win-win story between you and the chefs. And
yes, we're working hand on hand. We also remarked that no other festival in Europe decided to work only with Michelin star chefs. We were the first ones to do that, and we're going to increase that.
How do you select them?
We select them, we work with large media companies, and we work on the basis of contacting let's say, customers, readers, to ask them in a list of 50 well-known guys, which are the favorites. And then we make a top 20 of them, and then we go and discuss with all of them. Because the big challenge for all of these guys is that normally, on a, let's say on a commercial day in their restaurant, they have something like 100 people coming for dinner, 50 at midday and 50 for dinner. Here we asked all of them to prepare 5,000 dishes in 4 days, which for them is a real huge challenge. But they follow us, and I think it's a new way of communicating for them also.
Sure.
Since I think the last 20 years, they had no need of communication. The Michelin guide did all of the job. Actually, with the internet, with you guys, with the blogs like you, with real customers giving the meaning about what they had for dinner tonight, it's creating a new way of making money and communicating, and that's why Culinaria is a big area where all these people are welcome to meet these people, these big chefs.
And what I've seen is that the people are coming from year to year. They don't have any change in terms of chefs compared to last year.
No, because we're Belgian, you know. The day we're going to Paris, we will be probably in the next few years. We will have larger choice.
Yeah.
In Belgium, if I have a total of Michelin star restaurant, we are around the 60 restaurants, while in France we have more than 300.
Yeah.
So our idea now is to work with also the French cooks and to go maybe with some Spanish cooks, Italian cooks, to make the best of the European food. Yeah.
Because today I also see it as a way to promote Belgian gastronomy, mainly. It's also a way to communicate for restaurants, it's a way for making the food accessible for people who almost never go there, usually, in such kind of restaurant, because they pay 45 euros for 4 dishes menu with wine and so on, so it's quite a cheap price for what you get.
Yes.
So it's a question also of making the restaurant accessible here, to discover a chef, and also to promote the Belgian gastronomy overall.
Yes.
That's what I feel also like a...
Yes, it's one of our let's say mainstream targets. Was, you know, Brussels it's a little city, but Brussels is the capital of Europe. It means that we have a lot of tourism coming over all the world to Brussels, and that's why also we are holding this event each year in Brussels. We have probably this year we'll have 25,000 customers coming around, but on these 25,000 customers, you have something like 15–17% who will be people from abroad living in Brussels for their job, which is for us very important. And like you told me, yes, it's very important for us to show that in Belgium you have great quality food for, let's say, a small price actually, and we are really foodies here in Belgium. You have a lot of different styles of food. You can eat for different kinds of budgets. You can have different kinds of decorations. And when you see, let's say, about Paris or London, the prices in Brussels are really cheap. That's why also we are putting the Belgian gastronomy on top. It's very important for us to show to the rest of the world that here in Belgium, we are very proud of this fantastic gastronomical skills we have.
And what can we expect for next year? Same event here?
Yes, probably next year we're coming back to Two and Taxis, which is a fantastic venue. Yeah, it's a fantastic venue. But like each festival, we have to increase. We have more and more people asking to participate. We have also more chefs asking to participate. We have countries asking to be like a guest country each year because of Brussels, because of the European Commission. We're working in a closed market. We have also to be proud of Europe, because now that Asia is coming on, I think these little European producers we have here, making oil, making bread, making some really typical European products, we have to protect them in the future. So Culinaria will increase, Culinaria will have more people coming around. Next edition will be, of course, we will have a summer edition in Brussels 2011, in June 2011, but we're also working on a wintertime edition, which will be held normally in December 2011. We work with the NDS parties, and all the products for the NDS, which are also very specific. And then, of course, we're thinking of working on a Belgian Culinaria in Paris, and then making maybe a big Culinaria also in Lyon, which is actually, and for more than 50 years now, the mecca of the high gastronomy in the world. Voilà, these are our targets.
Sounds exciting.
Voilà.
Big for Thanks a lot.
Thanks to you guys, and hope to see you soon.
Of course we do. C'est bon?
Je me suis un peu étendu, j'ai un peu tiré en longueur.